John Hickok here. Today I want to show you guys how to not hit yourself in the face with a handgun because it kicks really hard. It's something that you guys have probably seen happen on the internet, and there's really no reason for it other than not following a few very simple steps. It doesn't matter what your physique is, how small or big you are. It can happen to anybody if you don't know what you're doing. So out here today we have a Model 69 Smith & Wesson Combat Magnum, chambered in .44 Magnum. And while this is not necessarily the hardest kicking handgun that I could have brought out here, it's one that we were already doing some videos with, so I thought I would use it as a demonstration. But it does kick very hard, I will say. You know, it's no 4-inch 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum or anything, but it has a lot of recoil, and you'll see when I fire it. Okay, so one of the first and most important things is your stance. You want to make sure that you are standing in a way that's very solid, where someone couldn't just push you over easily, right? So like my favorite way to stand, there's a few different ones. My favorite one is what's called the Weaver stance, which is basically a fighting stance. As you can see how my feet are, they're kind of shoulder width apart and kind of staggered. I've got my right foot back a little bit. It's a very strong stance. So if someone tried to push me over, it would be harder for them to do it than if I was just standing like this, of course. So stance, get that right. And then also you want to make sure, of course, should be self-explanatory, but you want to make sure you have a really firm grip on the gun. But one mistake that people will make is they will grip the pistol too hard. They'll just squeeze the life out of it. They're like, oh, this gun's going to kick so hard, so I better just squeeze it as hard as I can. That doesn't always work because you might be transferring too much of your strength up into your hands and you're not tensing these muscles back here, which is what's going to keep you from hitting yourself in the face. And also, it's just going to hurt more if you squeeze it really hard. So you want a nice firm, kind of like firm handshake kind of grip on the gun, but don't squeeze it too hard. And you can almost even sometimes relax your wrist a little bit, and that can help. It kind of depends. That kind of depends on the gun. But you definitely want to make sure you have a firm but not too hard of a grip, and then you keep your arm muscles make sure you've got some strength up here. You're tense. So bring the gun out, nice firm grip, and then make sure that you're ready for it to come back, and you know what it's going to do. You don't just kind of like sit up here and just hold it and pull the trigger and let it, fly back and clock you in the face, which I've seen happen before. Not in person, but on the internet. I've seen it happen to a lot of people. Okay, so I'm going to take a shot and demonstrate. Another thing that can happen, which is kind of a separate issue from hitting yourself in the face, but if you have a handgun that kicks a lot, it can be very difficult to hit anything with it because you're anticipating that recoil, and you have to just relax. Make sure you have a firm grip on it, a good strong stance, and you'll be fine. All right, I'm going to take a shot on that kind of stop sign looking thing right there. Another thing too, if you're shooting a revolver and it kicks a lot, I recommend actually cocking it and pulling the trigger instead of firing it double action. Double action does seem to make it hurt worse for some reason. All right, here we go. All right, I know it's gonna hurt, but I'm just gonna try to get it on target and ease the trigger. There we go. As you saw, the gun, it came up and actually came up out of my left hand a little bit, but no problems. I had plenty of strength up here. It didn't come back at all because you just want the gun to just come up. If it kicks a lot, it's going to hurt your hand either way. You want to make sure it comes up and you don't grip it too hard. All right, let's go again. All right, see that time I pulled it a little bit and shot kind of low. All right, I'm gonna hold up a little higher on the target. See, now I have it fresh on my mind what the recoil feels like, so it makes it a little bit harder to focus. There we go, got it. All right. Yeah, man, I gotta shoot 2 more of these things. Okay. Let's see. Maybe I'll shoot that little red kind of like tongue-shaped target down there and see what it does to that if I hit it. Look at that rocked its world. So as you can see, as long as you maintain some upper body strength and you keep your upper body solid and you have a nice firm grip, there's nothing scary about shooting a hard kicking gun. Your hand might be a little numb, just a little bit sore or something like that, but it's not a big deal. Okay, last one. Let's shoot that little round disc right there. All right. I believe that was all of them. Yep. Okay. So there you go. I hope that helps a little bit. Just keep in mind, you know, if you don't feel comfortable shooting a gun, you watch other people shoot it, and you don't feel like you can handle it, just don't. You know, don't. There's no reason to take a risk if you don't feel like you can handle it, and don't let someone put a gun in your hands because they think it's funny to shoot something that's out of your experience level. But if you are to shoot something that kicks really hard and you feel like you can handle it, just try to remember some of the basic points that I outlined, and it should be fine. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that video. Don't forget to support the people that support us, of course, budsgunshop.com, sdi.edu, Federal Ammo, and of course the NRA. If you want to join, the link is in the description. I'll see you guys later.